Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Brought to you by TireOutlet.com. Wholesale prices, premium service.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
Yeah,
I might have to update the theme song, Dan.
you might. Hey, it's great to be here. Sports Concepts and Rationalizations time. We do it live on Facebook. Hello, Facebook friends. Lauren Brooks, wave to Facebook friends.
They can't see me, Dan. They can only see you two.
Wow. You
Did
don't
anyone
like to dive in there?
No. Did
All
anyone
right.
else have "Baby It's Cold Outside" stuck in their head all day yesterday? Or was it just me?
I hate that song. I hate it. No. I did have it, and I listen to the Christmas songs anyway, so I enjoy that. Listen, we have.
You're not tired of him yet?
No.
You'll be able to go the whole 80 days.
I don't know, but I enjoy him. We have a.
I hope so, because they're about to start.
Yeah, we have a heck of a prize pack for you at the end of this one.
What do you got?
Woo, boy!
Yeah, we have great Christmas gifts, but on top, and I'll let Beef describe those
Yes.
for you in just a second because that's what he does. He's like the Price is Right guy. But on top of that, apparently we have a batch of Jaguar jerseys.
Yeah, not
up
just any
front.
jerseys. Authentic on-field Jaguars jerseys.
Okay, now, so once a week, we're going to give out one, right? Is that the deal?
No, every
Once a
day,
day.
Dan.
Once a day.
Today.
Oh, if you win
tomorrow,
today.
Thursday, Friday,
Really?
Jag jersey.
Hang on a second now.
Boom.
So are they worn jerseys? Game worn jerseys?
No, they're not game worn.
Okay,
they're just the same model that they were on the field.
Okay. So they're Jaguar.
Next week, Leonard Fournette's car.
So they're Jaguar Leonard's stack of cash.
That one got into a car accident.
In 2 weeks,
remember?
Leonard comes and hangs out at your house.
So they're Jaguar jerseys, and like if you win today,
Yeah.
you can come and pick immediately the one that you want.
That's right. We got
We got a batch of them.
literally a truckload.
We don't have
Not
a truckload.
exactly, but
Yeah.
we've got a batch of Jaguars
Okay,
jerseys.
well, that's cool.
We've kind of been sitting on them, waiting for a joyous occasion.
And this is it.
So to celebrate the shutout win over Indy, we're doing the Jaguars jerseys this week.
Very nice.
You can win them on the 10-minute drill. You'll also have a chance to win them in the afternoon on their Frangie show
Yep.
as well. So, on top of our holiday gift guide prize pack, which today will be $25 to Edwin Watts Golf and $25 to Tobacco Cove, you'll also get a Jaguars on-field jersey.
Wow. And we'll do that at the end of this segment.
At the end of the segment.
You're going to have to hang with us and
Buckle up.
and listen to the sports concepts and rationalizations. I'll kick it off with this question.
Oh.
Yesterday was voting day for the Heisman Trophy. Now, I'm not allowed to tell you who I voted for.
That's a shame.
But, Jeff Prosser, you can tell us who you would have voted for 1, 2, and 3. So
Yeah.
if you and if you had to do the homework and the research and or just watching college football as
Both. I
you
would
do
have
this
done
year,
both. I do both anyway, without a vote.
Who would you have voted for?
I would have voted Kyler Murray, number 1.
Kyler Murray, number 1.
I would have voted Haskins, number 2.
Dwayne Haskins,
And
number 2.
I would have voted Tua, number 3.
2 and number 3. Those are the 3 finalists, by the way.
And the reason, and again, they're all very close. It doesn't. There's to me the difference in 1 and 3 aren't that great.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really going to hold Tua, and I know there's injuries and reasons, and a very good team he was playing, but I'm really going to hold him accountable for the one time that his team needed him, he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
The one time the one game all year where they were tested, he failed, and I know he was injured. But why would I give Jalen Hurts the Heisman? I mean, he came in and delivered the win against their only competitive game that they played all year. So I look at Tua's stats now as through a lens of scrutiny, and that is they're the best team by a mile everywhere they play. He's got 2 or 3 receivers who are a lot better than the corners that are covering him, and he just looks so average to me against Georgia that I would not have been able to do it.
Fair enough.
So when do they – you can't say anything until Saturday? Until the announcement?
I'll talk about it next week. But, I will say that I think those 3 are far and away.
No question.
And I think I will agree with you about one thing. I think the performances Saturday will make this very, very close. Much closer than anybody thought it was going to be.
I'll tell you who I feel sorry for. He's going to be 3rd.
Yeah.
I put him 2nd. I feel bad for Haskins, who the Urban Meyer stigma has really hurt this kid. His last 3 weeks when his team was under the gun, 10th in the country, out of the conversation, trailing at Maryland, he's had a 3-week span. I don't know if it's been matched in college football history.
Fair enough.
I don't, without the numbers right here in front of me.
Next question.
I have a college football question. We got some NFL stuff to get to, but I have one too. There is, a mixed message here with the All-SEC team yesterday.
Okay.
And that is Dan Mullen has a top 10 team. He has coached his Gators into the top 10 in a New Year's Six Bowl in the first year of his reign there, and that's coming off a 4-7 season. You know, Butters churned you out of 10-3 coming out of the gates, but he had a 7-5 ball club with Will Greer. So,
That's me.
yeah, he got announced yesterday. That was riveting at Central Michigan. Go Chippewas.
Cool.
Thank you. But my question to you is, so this Gator football team must have really, 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 really overachieved, Dan, because the all-SEC first and second team were announced yesterday. That's 48 players.
Yep, I hear you.
Florida had one on the all-SEC defense, Ja'Kai Polite, and one on the all-SEC second team offense, Martez Ivey. 2 of the top 48 players in the SEC, according to the AP. Is that right? And if it is, what does that say about Dan Mullen if he gets a stocked cupboard?
That is a good question. I'll answer it 2 ways. One, it isn't right. C.J. Henderson is one of the best 4 corners in the SEC. Yeah. So, as a guy who watched a lot of SEC football this year, I think he definitely deserved to be on the team. And 2, it's not the question of what if, because I think we know the answer to that. It's can he get a stock covered? And if he can get a stock covered, in other words, can he recruit a top 5 class? Back-to-back top 5 classes in the country.
And you're not going to be completely on board with Dan. That's more important to you than it would be to other people. Until he does that, you don't care if he's 10-2.
No,
it's not enough.
I think he's a great coach.
No. You're missing my point.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying you don't care if he's 10-2.
But then I don't think he can get over the top.
You don't think he can get over the top if he's 9 one year, 11 one year.
Yeah.
Which are good recruiting years, but not great ones.
Let me tell you. Let me put it this way. For me, I'm so overjoyed at Florida football this year, and so on board, and so excited. I've already booked my little journey to Atlanta for the Peach Bowl. I am excited and thrilled to go up there and watch the Gators of Michigan play. So I'm looking forward to that. I have another college question for you, Jeff Prosser.
Wow. College football heavy.
What do Misters Fant, Samuel, Harmon, Harry,
this is a disturbing
Hill,
trend.
Williams, Gary, Oliver all have in common right now so far?
It's a disturbing trend.
And tell people why. Well, answer the question what they have in common, and then tell people why it's disturbing to you.
Well, it's disturbing to me. Okay, what they all have in common is they're all superstar players who have announced their intent or have used their eligibility and are going pro and decided they're going to take a pass on the bowl game.
Correct.
And what's there are a lot of levels. I'm not going to play on this psychological level of being a competitor and blah yada, which is what coaches will credit their kids who don't make that decision for having.
Right.
So I'm not buying all that. I mean, I get that it is not bad business on the part of these kids. These games are exhibition games that don't really, matter when it comes to winning conference titles or playing well in front of the home fans. So, if you're a kid like that and you go out like say Jalen Smith did, right? Tore his ACL. Now it just so happened that Dallas took a chance on him anyway. He's emerged. He got back to health, and he's fine.
They took a chance on him, but they didn't take a chance on him where they would have taken a chance on him, where he would have made a lot more money.
Lost a lot of money, and I think that injury has forced these kids to do it. But I do think that, again, it's one more blight on the bowl system that when we talked, to one of the longest-running, officials in the bowl game industry, Rick Catlett, yesterday, he admits it's a dying brand, the bowls. They'll never be what they once were. And this is just, to me, another indication.
And it doesn't cost them in the eyes of the scouts.
No, it doesn't.
Or the team.
When it first
Leonard
happened,
Fournette skipped his bowl game. Look where he was drafted.
Jake Butt also was injured in the bowl.
Yes, he was.
When it first happened, I think there was some of that pushback. We want a competitor. But now there's a reality
and
here.
the list is going to grow.
And you know what?
The list is going to grow.
And here's another thing, too. If you're a fan of those schools, it's really not all that bad. You get to see some guys that are going to have to fill those roles. You might give a guy who you're going to really
I
need
think
next
where it
year.
hurts is the community in which they're playing the bowl game. So, in other words, let's say Lamar Jackson had skipped the game last
that's for
year.
sure. That
would have hurt because he's the selling point to the game. So that would have been a bummer. And, in fact, I wonder, and we didn't ask Rick this yesterday, but it would have been a good question. I wonder if the communities, the bowl representatives, check with the teams beforehand and say, hey, listen, is just double checking, but Lamar is playing the bowl game, right? Because imagine if Lamar Jackson had skipped the bowl game last year. He was, Lamar Jackson in college would have been worth the price of admission just to go. And the list is going to continue to get longer. I think when it seeps into the Final Four, then we'll really have a problem.
Well, and I wonder if it ever will.
Yeah.
I doubt that it does.
Uh-huh.
I think
Yes.
that those games matter enough. I mean,
Yes.
that would be like skipping the Alabama-Auburn game at the end of the year
I know.
because you're, worried about getting injured. There's a fine line there. I wonder, what I wonder is at some point, is it legislated? At some point, does the NCAA, come up with some kind of rule? All right, Monday Night Football last night. There's something bizarre going on with the Washington Redskins, who lost another quarterback, this time Colt McCoy, to a broken leg. So that's 2 in 3 weeks.
Oh, boy.
The Eagles get a much-needed victory. The defending Super Bowl champions improved to 6-6, winning 28-13. Weird stuff in the game last night. Adrian Peterson has a 90-yard touchdown run, which I think breaks a tie with Jim Brown for most touchdown runs, yet fails
106.
to get to 100 for the game, which is odd. But I'll tell you what else is odd. An NFC East, which now has the Cowboys 7-5, the Eagles 6-6, the Redskins 6-6. It is it's the most competitive division from top to bottom. Who you got in that NFC East? Are the Eagles in their little hot stretch enough to?
No, I like Dallas in this one. I'll jump in here real quick and tell you, I think Dallas is playing great football. I don't think they're going to let up, and the schedule much more in favor of Dallas than Philadelphia. The Redskins are finished. The Giants can't come back from 4-8. So to me, I think Dallas not only can win the division, I think Dallas has a chance to make a little bit of noise. Now, it's going to be a little different for Dallas because they're going to have to go on the road. And if they have to go to New Orleans or to L.A., I don't like their chances of them coming out even as well as they've played of late. But I think Dallas will be a tough out in the playoffs. And not only have they impressed me, because I had them as dead at 3-5. So I tip my cap to Jason Garrett. That's right, I do. And the Cowboys. Now, Cowboy fans might say, we've seen this before. And just wait, and maybe they'll come back to earth. But trading for Amari Cooper was a very good move on the Cowboys' part. All right, last thing, less sports concept rationalization before we give out the number that is going to allow you to win a Jaguar jersey, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll ask this: shocking news out of Tallahassee yesterday, Jeff Prosser, where Knowles' offensive coordinator Walt Bell takes the UMass job.
There you go, Walt.
Yeah,
like Waltz. You got a Walt.
After 1 year in lethal simplicity, Walt has left for Amherst.
Is that what they're calling the FSU offensive scheme, lethal simplicity?
Would you hire, if you're Willie Taggart, would you hand your offense over to, would you like chase Cliff Kingsbury or Hugh Freeze or someone, because there's some rumors going around that Hugh Freeze was being talked to immediately, although apparently he's in the running for a job at Liberty too. So what would you do? How would you handle it? And what next for the Knowles?
This is an odd one. I mean, Willie Taggart is something about being somewhere for the first year. He's just awful. He was not good at Western Kentucky. He was not good at USF. He was okay at Oregon. He improved them in year one. Because my reaction, not being Willie Taggart on the outside, is get Willie Taggart as far away from your offense as possible.
Right.
That offense that we saw from game 1 against Virginia Tech until game 12 against the Gators never got any better, did it? Is running the same ludicrous concepts and bubble screens that didn't work in week 1, didn't work in week 12. What scares me if I'm an FSU fan is we don't have quarterback problems. We got 2 pretty good quarterbacks, and we're not moving the ball or scoring any points. If you're asking me my favorite among those, I'm afraid of Cliff Kingsbury. I can't be Texas Tech. Texas Tech is a team that scores 1,000 points and can't ever stop anyone, and I don't know if that's the right mix. And Kingsbury, I don't think is going to take an offensive coordinator position.
As an addendum, they've also opened the door for their prized recruit, the Howell kid, the quarterback, to perhaps explore some other options. I guess that's starting to seep out.
And, they don't want him now, or?
No, it's not that they don't want him. It's he doesn't want them. He's developed a relationship with Walt Bell, the guy who recruited him, and so.
Well, what do you mean they gave him permission?
I didn't give him permission.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying.
All right. I thought, yeah.
Poor semantics.
He could be waffling.
He definitely is waffling, and Drew told me that FSU fan Drew told me that perhaps North Carolina could.
I had one. We'll give a bonus question here because I had one more.
Quick.
Well, it's real. It is quick.
All right.
Does Kelly Bryant's announcement today on what college he'll pick affect college football next year?
Well, because he's picking Arkansas, from what I heard, no.
Yeah.
2-10 Arkansas.
Why would he
no.
do that?
He has that relationship with
Clemson with Morris.
Yes, with his coach. So
Well, that's great for Arkansas, by the
Great
way.
for
That can
Arkansas.
jumpstart you real quick to a 6-6 team.
6-6,
Kelly
7-5.
Bryant is probably doesn't get enough credit.
No, he beat A&M. He saved Clemson's season this year. They should still send him a ring if they win.
Yeah.
They should send him an ACC championship ring or whatever. Anyway, that's the 10-minute drill. I thought it was stellar today.
Yeah, I did too.
Almost sounded like it was scripted and well prepared.
Well, we did
That's
have a pre-show meeting.
I didn't like that look that Lauren Brooks shot me from across the aisle there.
We may
As
have.
you said,
She
it
knows.
almost.
We may have.
Of course, it sounded
knows.
prepared.
She knows.
Listen to me.
She's inside the trust tree.
If you get too frustrated with Lauren, you can always just banish her to some other program.
I need a number, Danny.
All right, this is big. Let's go with caller number.
He takes two.
You know what?
I don't.
Caller number 1, because I like the guy who was
First
trying
out
to
of the
slide
chute.
in there.
First out of the
I'm
chute.
going to award that guy for his moxie.
He's going to get hooked up. He's going to get from the 1010XL Holiday Gift Guide.
Yeah.
$25 to Edwin Watts Golf.
Yeah.
$25 to Tobacco Cove.
Yeah.
Find those and other great gift ideas at 1010XL.com. Click on the Holiday Gift Guide and an authentic on-field Jaguars jersey. That's right.
Wow.